Welcome to Cosmic Diaries. This is Priya Kale, and here's your astrology for November 30th and beyond. So, welcome to the Gemini full moon and lunar eclipse. The full moon took place exactly at 4:29 a.m. in New York this morning, and now we're heading in 2 weeks to the Sagittarius new moon and solar eclipse. So we're officially in eclipse season, and we're reaching a fork in this Gemini full moon is bringing us to a fork in the road, drawing us closer to our destiny, because this full moon also occurs at the North Node. So there are doors closing and the doors opening, and there are important choices, life-changing choices to be made or being presented to you. So it's important now that you're moving in awareness. Gemini is the sign that rules communication, our mind, duality, our perceptions. And at the time of an eclipse, a lunar eclipse specifically, the moon's disk is shadowed, or rather eclipsed by the shadow of the earth, and then it reappears into the light. So there's a sense now that there's something in your life, wherever you have Gemini in your chart, something's being eclipsed and being revealed in a new light. And in Gemini, you're seeing a whole other side to a story. Communication is important. Gemini is the sign that rules communication, the mind, conversations, transportation, duality, as I mentioned. So you can expect now there to be a flurry of communication and important conversations taking place. You're learning a deeper truth. But for this, you're going to have to let go of your perceptions and your ideas and opinions and beliefs of what you think you know and how you think things are or you think things should be. Then you can be receptive and open to the information and the truth that's coming through. Also, when it comes to communication, there's, especially tomorrow, Mercury will enter Sagittarius, and I'll have more to say about that tomorrow. But today, as the eclipse aligned, Mercury this afternoon at 2 p.m. was exactly sextile Saturn, and Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. So there's a sense now that the more you can let go of your perceptions and ideas and opinions and beliefs, you can bridge a divide through honest communication and reach a deeper understanding of situations, stabilize situations, and make conscious choices that shape your reality for the foreseeable future. I mean, eclipses will set patterns for at least 6 months at a time, often longer. But especially right now, we're moving through a really powerful time and a very intense astrological landscape, which you can see in the world around you and in your own life, I'm sure. But Saturn and Jupiter are now on their way out of Capricorn, and these are the final weeks, 3 weeks of Saturn and Jupiter in Capricorn, and Mercury is sextile Saturn. So this is, again, Saturn represents gateways. So there are new gateways opening, as much as we're being asked to leave the past behind. And the part of the past that we're leaving behind is really old ideas, beliefs, and releasing destructive thought patterns or self-limiting beliefs and thought patterns that prevent you from manifesting or creating the reality you desire. The sun is in Sagittarius, and it's important that you stay focused on the bigger picture as well as you move forward, as well as it would help to look back to what was going on 6 months ago. On the 5th of June, the Sagittarius full moon and lunar eclipse aligned, and this was the first in this series of Gemini Sagittarius eclipses, which will continue until at least December 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there's any in 22. But the choices that you made back in June have led you to where you are today, and now you're heading forward in the next stage of your journey. Again, as I mentioned, Saturn and Jupiter are on their way out of Capricorn, and will soon after the solar eclipse and new moon in Sagittarius will enter Aquarius and meet in a conjunction, which is being called the Great Conjunction on the internet. But this is, the Sagittarius new moon. We're entering a whole new world as that eclipse aligns and these planets move on. So these last 2 weeks are profoundly significant in terms of you being able to, shape your reality as well as lay down solid foundations for this new world that you're going to be coming into. Also, it's important now that you embody the lessons that you've learned over the past 2.5 years while Saturn's been in Capricorn, and remember them well moving forward, because Saturn will teach us lessons, and it asks for discipline and hard work. And with Mercury sextile Saturn, and this is a full moon, so we're in the waning cycle of the moon now. We're still under the full moon energy, but a full moon to new moon is a time of release. So, the more you can let go of self-limiting beliefs while being aware of your boundaries, you can navigate this energy consciously. There's a lot more that I want to say. So tomorrow, Mercury will enter Sagittarius, and as it does, expect the truth. You can expect that the truth will start to spill out. Rather, tomorrow the moon is void on Tuesday, but Wednesday, when the moon enters Cancer, Mercury will be in Sagittarius, and the truth is going to start to spill out. So things, expect life to pick up pace now. The people in your life, the situations in your life, what's unfolding now is not by accident. There are no accidents in the universe. Nothing's a mistake. Even what we think are mistakes are non-mistakes, and there are no coincidences. So especially right now, trust you're exactly where you need to be in your journey. And what is unfolding, eclipses, as I mentioned, will bring fated events. So we may not really have control over much in our lives or what happens around us, but we do control how we respond to situations, and we do control how we choose what we choose. So in Gemini, if we're moving beyond this duality, meditation is something that can really help you now in helping you calm the mind, because the mind is incapable of staying in the present. It's always in the past or the future. And in reality, neither exist. All that exists is this present, continuous moment, and which is a moment, it's the universe in expansion. So your destiny is unfolding before you. The road ahead is unfolding before you. And there may be a sense that you are reaching a fork in the road now, but you can make choices. And it's important now that you're reaching for your most optimistic vision of the future, and don't underestimate the power of the mind now, because consciously or unconsciously, I say this all the time, we are creating our reality, and it is by our attention. It's where we feed energy, or rather, if we're talking about Gemini right now, it's the power of the mind. So rather than seeing the world as good and bad, or seeing things in black and white, because life certainly is not black and white right now. Neptune just stationed direct, and I'm just looking at the time. Sorry guys, I'm slowing down because I'm looking at the time, but I guess I should just keep going. I've actually explained all of this in a lot more detail and properly in my newsletter, so do sign up for that at cosmicdiaries.com. When I record these videos, they're generally a stream of consciousness, so often I may be repeating myself, and for that I'm sorry, and then I miss something or not, so the newsletter is always better. But anyway, saying all of that, I lost my train of thought. Right, I was talking about the mind, the power of the mind. But basically, you can create the reality that you want, but you have to believe it. You have to believe in yourself. And with Neptune newly direct, Neptune station direct on the 28th, there's magic in the air. And Neptune represents the great void out of which all of creation is born. So if you can think it, you can create it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of how. And if you're willing to let go of your beliefs of what is possible, then, if you have a vision and you can create that vision. It's a matter of having faith in yourself, in the universe, and responding to life and the opportunities that are arising now, because they are taking you closer to where you want to be. So I've probably digressed, and I hope I've covered everything that I wanted to say. But once again, pay attention to the conversations you're having. Move slowly, choose carefully, be honest with yourself above all. Listen to what is being said, and you can find a way forward. So think win-win, and you will. All right, I'll stop there for now. I've probably rambled on for a bit, but thanks for watching as always, and a very happy full moon and lunar eclipse to you. Be gentle with yourself as always. And okay, the last thing. With the moon, I'm tempted to re-record this, but I'm just going to let it go. With the moon, the moon represents our emotions. And Gemini is a mercurial cerebral sign, so it could be easy now to want to analyze things or think our way through our feelings, but you can't really do that. So at best you can express how you feel. And if you can do that, then you can find middle ground with others and empathize and really communicate with others and listen to what is being said. So, okay, I'll shut up. If you've listened this far, you're a champ. Thank you. And I'll catch you again tomorrow. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, bye for now.